What's up, everybody? Welcome to OCR News Weekly. This is Friday the 14th, 2017. My name is Jacob Bosecker from the BROCR Review. I'm filling in this week for Margaret Schlachter. Thanks for everybody joining the live broadcast and those listening to their favorite podcast. We are giving it out on that. Today's headlines come from Frontline OCR, Spartan Race, US OCR Championships, and of course, Tough Mudder. Spartan Race this past weekend had its third leg of its USA Championship event with its huge ascents and quick descents. The venue obstacle specials that they had there, normal things that you see, the ape hanger, the double sandbag carry, and just trademark climbs, beautiful climbs there in Palmerton this past weekend. Coming out again for the men's, Hobie Call took the win again, and quite an upset on the women's side. Mrs. Lindsay Webster taking the win on this one this past week, resulting in a three-way tie now in the women's points series for first place. Kind of an upset there on all that stuff here. So that means currently in the US Championship rankings that we have for Spartan after the third leg here in Palmerton, we have a three-way tie for the women's first place. Alyssa Hawley, Lindsay Webster, and Nicole Miracle all tied in at 598 points. For the men's, we have Hobie Call winning with 599, Ryan Atkins trailing behind at 597, and then Robert Killian finishing up at 596. Second story this week comes from Frontline OCR. Frontline OCR had its first inaugural race this past weekend in Chicago area outside Illinois. The competitive Special Forces wave was a little bit something different this time. The wave required mandatory obstacle completion for every competitor, and instead of getting a regular band like we've seen before, we had flak jackets everybody wore, 15-pound weighted vest for the men and the women. That was kind of your band in this one. Something a little bit different. Everybody was going after their special badge of honor, finisher medal. Really something new and unique to the series. Also great to see these guys qualifying for the OCR World Championships. Great thing. The course itself spanned 5 miles with 37 obstacles. At the end of the men's elite wave and the women's elite wave, the top two men, top two women finished in a special ops. Finishing in that, proceeded to a short course called the Blitzkrieg. This is basically to beat the snot out of these guys. Short distance, weighted sled drags, broad jumps, medicine ball tops, tire flips, horrible things, and then a really cool assault tower that they ascended and descended. Winner took home a $500 purse for both the men and the women. We've got those names here in the results area. Third story comes from the USA OCR World Championships. Well, the USA version of this. They dropped their medal this week. A lot of feedback on that both ways. Very patriotic style, got an eagle on it. People liked it. Next story is out from Tough Mudder. So Tough Mudder X this weekend is actually holding their inaugural first Tough Mudder X race this weekend. Big prize purse of $25,000 on the line for the top man and woman. After that, prizes go down. $2,500 after that for second place, and then world's toughest mudder entries after that. 100 people, 10 obstacles, 10 exercises, and 1 mad mile. This will air later this fall on the CBS Sports. Personally, I'm rooting for Hunter McIntyre myself because, biceps win races. Great time to everybody, though, but it's also getting other athletes out on the field there that we have not seen here on the U.S. field, like Corinna Coffin in a while. Mad shout out to you, Corinna. Good luck this weekend, and good luck to everybody competing in Tough Mudder X. And we're really excited to see what this short course really does for the sport. Moving on to the results. Our Palmerton Super results. First place we had Hobie Call, second place Ryan Atkins, and third place Robert Killian, finishing up that leg of the US Championship Series in Palmerton, Pennsylvania. The women, first out you had Lindsay Webster, followed by Ray Coble, and then third Alyssa Hawley, continuing Alyssa, killing it on the course. We'll see what the next leg has to do in Asheville, North Carolina here in 2 weeks, it seems. The Palmerton Sprint then followed up on Sunday. We had a great turnout on that. Ryan Atkins taking first place in the sprint, followed by Ian Hosek, and then third place Angela Quintaro. On the women's side, Lindsay once again taking that climb of victory this weekend, with first place followed by Ray, followed by Faye. While that was going on in Indiana, we did have the Indiana Sprint this past weekend too. That's what I was at this weekend. Jordan Bashimi taking first place for the men. Mike Ferguson following up with his incredible races at Chicago a few weekends ago. and then Chris Chapman locking in that third place position. On the women's side, Rachel Hemrick took first, Colleen Lill was second, and Danielle Martin with a big third place there for the sprint. Not quite as challenging as last year's sprint, but still also a great time in the great hills there in southern Indiana. Warrior Dash Minnesota the past weekend. Andrea Nielsen for the women took first, followed by Darla O'Connor and Amanda Nickner. I hope I'm pronouncing that correct. On the men's side there for the Warrior Dash Minnesota, Cole Holla, Josh Sullivan, and then Ryan Anderson taking in third. There was also the Muddy Maniacs overseas we had. Best we could find for their finishes, I reached out and we got first place with Craig Norman, second place Michelle Klug, third place Claire Jones, fourth place Harry Colson, and fifth place Phil Kinoch. Once again, I hope I'm pronouncing everybody's names right because I'm not always the best with that, but thank you. Congratulations coming out. For the front line. So it was kind of crazy the way this all worked, but the Special Forces top three men were Jason West, Vinny Dizelersi, and Jeff Yada. For the elite Special Forces female, we had Heidi Williams taking first, Jennifer Crossdale, and Maureen Gray taking third. For our endurance portion, basically, many laps as you can do, Derek Kondoff took first, Michael Slugo took second, and Dustin Firkin took third. The endurance female, we only had one, and big shout out to Ande Wagner who took it down. Congratulations, Ande. Then after that, we discussed before, after the Special Forces male and female were done, the top two competitors both went into the Blitzkrieg round. Taking the win on that was Jennifer Crossdale for the ladies, and for the guys, Vinny Desarnik. Congratulations, guys. Good work out there. Looking ahead in the following weeks, we have this weekend in Montreal, we have the Dead End Race. Also an OCRWC qualifier, had some events, had some things there from last year. We've got Mud Factor out in Michigan. The Pain Games over in the UK. Twin Cities, Minnesota will be hosting the Tough Mudder as well as the Tough Mudder X. And they're also splitting up. They will also be in Colorado this weekend as well, hosting the Tough Mudder Colorado outside of Copper Mountain. The Kick-Ass Endurance event will be in the UK in Weston Park. Hillsboro, Oregon will be holding their annual Wine on the Vine Adventure Run. And then the Ram Run will be happening in the UK as well this weekend at Cliffs Lakes Water Park. So basically, everybody, that's it for this week for OCR and OCR News Weekly, powered by Mud Run Guide, brought to you by BROCR Review. Join us next week for all those results and from around the industry. If you've missed the live broadcast, check it out on the podcast. It's right there for you, and it'll also be on YouTube. This is Bosecker signing off from this week. Best of all, everybody out there on the course. Have a muddy weekend. We'll see you on the course, and take care. Boop.